Dean Douglas Anderson, faculties, graduates and their parents, students, alumni, and distinguished guests. It is a great pleasure and honor for me to be here with you today for your commencement from one of the finest business schools in the world. As an alumna who has been serving others throughout my career for over 40 years, I'm here to ensure you of the best education you have received it from this school, the John M. Huntsman School of Business. I'm fully aware that all of you may have heard the 4 strategic pillars, which were beautifully written, be the main focuses of the school, and understand the meanings and values of these pillars very well. However, I would like to emphasize and share my views on them based on my experiences as a teacher, Vice President for Academic Affairs, and presently President of Bangkok University in Thailand. Let me start with global vision. I affirm that education with global vision is top-notch because it technically allows you to understand and become practical and adaptable to changes and differences in the world. This first pillar will relatively free you from any conflict arising from prejudice or pettiness. You know, to be respected, one needs to give respect to others. You also fully understand the transcendental truth. The American poet Ralph Waldo Emerson has put in his famous poem, "Each and all are needed by each one. Nothing is fair or good alone." With a global vision at the core, you are more competent as global citizens in learning and gaining new experiences. The sky is indeed the limit. Analytical rigor is another strategic pillar of our school that fosters reflection on the multitude of knowledge available under the sky. Analytical thinking skill will enable you to choose and apply knowledge appropriately according to situations or circumstances. This strategic pillar empowers you as thinking individuals who will be wise and careful in the whirlpool of attitude and ideas, and will prevent you from being credulous and vulnerable to fraud and deception. Next is entrepreneurial spirits, which truly make your education here phenomenal. This pillar strategically transforms you from within. Once fully internalized, this kind of spirit readily encourages you to give your best to everything you are committed to. You will never take anything for granted, and your motto at work will be, "There are no gains without pains." As a matter of fact, no one can fare well if he or she does not have any sense of ownership succinctly articulated in this strategic pillar. Therefore, I am positive that all of you who hold these spirits dear to your heart will be successful and happy in your future career. In addition to others 3 pillars I have already mentioned, I believe ethical leadership is the most precious gems embedded in the education at our school. Leadership is not always the same thing as leader. And we all know that anyone can have leadership, although they may not have position. To lead is to serve, as wise man said. Leadership thus entails a sense of self-relation. I for others, and others for me, is, in other words, making a leader in you. It is good to emphasize that the management team of School of Business has done their best in stretching out this self-relation image, further to cover the ethical side of it. The team shares a Russian philosopher, Mikhail Bakhtin's triad, which is composed of true, ought, act. Simply put, this triad works in such a way that we act only when we fully understand that our action will yield the best benefit to all involved. Otherwise, we ought not or should not act. True, ought, act is therefore the very triad that ethical leadership requires. Finally, I would like to congratulate all of you on your success today. I am assured that the education you have from this school will make each and every one of you liberal with global vision, lifelong learners with analytical rigor, successful individual with strong entrepreneur spirits, and happy leader with morality and ethics. The message embedded in the 4 strategic pillars mentioned is of the best quality universities worldwide try to instill into their students. We at Bangkok University also recognize the significance and necessity of making our students have global mind and complete with entrepreneurial spirits and creativity. We share the same vision as School of Business here. That is to allow students to explore their interests in this wide world, transform their life, and customize their education to reach their academic and career goals. Now it is the time for all of you to choose and maybe change your career and set your goals. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you for your attention.